Komura is this hopelessly down bad guy who's secretly obsessed with a girl who can barely see 2 feet ahead of her. Every time she forgets her glasses, he swoops in like it's his destiny, acting all helpful just so he can flirt way above his skill level and try to riz her up and finally touch some grass. The story begins on a random morning when the teacher decides to randomly shuffle the classroom seating layout, and somehow Komura gets placed right next to the girl he's been secretly obsessed with since forever. Mia, the cute, soft-spoken menace whose eyesight is so bad, she basically views life in 144p. The moment he sits down, she warns him not to panic at her angry face, because she's actually just squinting her eyes just hard enough to see atoms. Komura almost collapses because this is the first time she has spoken directly to him. His brain instantly jumps to, wow, we're basically soulmates now. She asks him where her history textbook is, and this socially fragile boy malfunctions like you when your crush walks by. Instead of helping her search, he just hands her his own book. Mia then shifts her chair closer to his as she wanted to share it, and Komura's entire nervous system just blue screens. Still trembling, he slides the book to her. She buries her whole face into the pages because that's the only way she can read, and Komura immediately decides that he'll frame this book in his future museum dedicated to moments she accidentally touched my stuff. Then, out of nowhere, Mia gets so close to his face that he could count her eyelashes, because she couldn't see him, and asks who he is. After he stutters out Komura, she casually thanks him and dives back into the book, leaving our boy sitting there with all his emotional stability gone. After class, Komura heads to the lockers where he finds Mia struggling with her shoes. Turns out she accidentally grabbed his shoes because she thought they looked like hers. This girl's vision is running on Minecraft's lowest settings, and Komura was just happy she touched something that belongs to him. Her friends tried to help earlier, but she insisted she was fine. Spoiler, she absolutely wasn't. She wandered around, opened random lockers, and took the first pair of shoes that felt right, which happened to be Komura's. She returns them with an apology, and Komura helps her find her actual locker. Her own shoes even had a frog sitting on them, and this idiot somehow earlier thought the frog was part of the design. He gently removes the frog, hands her the shoes, and notices that she can't even tie her laces properly. He activates full simp mode and ties them while aggressively trying not to stare at her thighs like a degenerate. Mia thanks him, then suddenly leans in close again, saying she wants to get a good look at his face so she won't forget it. Komura feels butterflies, fireworks, and probably early onset heart failure, but she can't see anything anyway, so she just says she'll try again tomorrow. That night, Komura was thrilled and praised that she forgets her glasses again so he can keep being her loyal seeing eye simp. Next morning, he overhears her saying her glasses broke. Komura silently high-fives Destiny, but then it's PE class and they had to play dodgeball. Mia insists on playing despite not being able to see even the ground. Komura shields her like a heroic meat shield, and suddenly she hugs him from behind to use him as a living armor panel, leaving him frozen on spot, and he gets knocked out instantly. Later, Mia looked like she was reading, but she was actually asleep with her face buried in the book. The teacher calls her out, but Komura refuses to touch her to wake her up, thinking she is some weak-eyed goddess and my hands are unworthy, so he lies that she forgot her glasses and can't see unless she sticks her face in the book. After a while she wakes up, sees a blurry blob, and calls him Dad. Komura almost ascends to heaven after being called Daddy, which you could never, but she doesn't stop there. She falls asleep on his shoulder, giving him the climax, until the teacher bonks her awake and ruins Komura's moment of glory. Next day, Mia wasn't wearing her glasses again. Smiling softly, Komura blushes like a freshly boiled tomato. Then he realizes she's actually wearing contacts and she can actually see him now. R.I.P. his tiny dreams, just like his tiny leave it. She comes close to him, making him blush, and finally says that now she knows how he looks like. Later next day, Mia was on lunch duty with no glasses, and chaos immediately begins. She spills stew everywhere but refuses to surrender the ladle. Komura can't help staring because she looks like a cute little housewife in an apron. The school's resident potato-shaped kid asks for extra meat, and Mia misreads everything and gives him potatoes instead, then accidentally gives him actual meat because to her they both look identical. Finally she realizes that lunch duty is really difficult as she herself got hungry. When she and Komura finally sit down to eat, she gives him a bowl and whispers that she saved all the meat especially for him. Komura tears up inside from sheer joy until he looks down and sees it's literally a mountain of potatoes. A few days later, she again forgot her glasses, so she tries wearing contacts again but gives up halfway because they float like UFOs in her eyes. Komura notices her watery eyes and hands her a tissue like some dramatic anime prince. Next morning, she was wearing her glasses but still squinting. Komura panics, thinking what happened to her, and wonders if he messed up somehow. She tells him that her glasses are all fogged up. Right then, Takeda walks in with foggy glasses too, and Mia freaks out thinking a fat stranger entered the classroom, but Komura gently reminds her that's just their classmate Takeda. Mia explains that she didn't recognize Takeda earlier because she couldn't see his eyes, which makes her wonder if other people can't recognize him either. Komura tells her not to worry, but she straight up says she only cares about recognizing him. This one sentence sends Komura's soul on a round-trip cruise past the Milky Way because for the first time, he thinks he might actually have a chance instead of dying alone like me. A moment later, Mia asks for his contact info. Komura hands it over faster than a guy claiming a free nitro drop. She says she forgets her glasses all the time and might need his help, so it's better if she can reach him directly. Komura thinks she should rely on her other friends, but Mia tells him she's embarrassed to ask anyone else. She only feels comfortable depending on him. At this point, Komura's brain and pants both were about to explode from emotional overload. A few days later, Komura wakes up to a text from Mia asking him to come to the station. He jumps out of bed like a man possessed and sprints there without brushing his teeth. When he finds her, she's standing alone on the walkway, explaining she left her glasses on the train and can't see anything except the void she wants him to fill up. She says she still wants to go somewhere important and needs Komura to escort her. That's when Komura realizes this might actually count as a date. Bro was shocked because he genuinely believed he was destined to be virgin his whole life. When he agrees, Mia suddenly grabs his hand. Komura freezes because that's the same hand he commits crimes against humanity with. They walk together, fingers interlocked, and she leads him to a bakery because she wanted a special weekend-only cake. She can't find the cake even though it's right next to her, and she gets visibly sad. Komura, in full simp mode, offers to feed her. She immediately opens her mouth like a baby bird waiting for dessert, and Komura realizes he might have taken this too far, but Mia doesn't care about limits anyway. After their cake moment, Mia takes him to the glasses shop to pick up the new pair she ordered. She puts them on and suddenly sees the world in HD. Meanwhile, Komura looks at his hand like he just lost custody rights. He considers chopping it off and freezing it as a memorial but decides not to because, well, night activities. As he's about to leave, Mia grabs his hand again and asks if he's in a hurry. He says no, and she says she wants to walk around a bit since she can finally see his face clearly, making him blush. They spend the day exploring the town, and when he drops her off at her house, he watches her walk away wondering if the whole day was just a rom-com fever dream. Meanwhile, Mia thinks Komura is genuinely sweet since he never once seemed annoyed. She's also glad she finally got her glasses, until she realizes she spent the entire time looking at him. Next day at school, Komura finds Mia wearing a mask, and her glasses were fogged up. She says she has a cold, but Komura still thinks she looks adorable even in fogged up potato mode. Then she overhears some boys teasing Takeda for looking dumb in a mask and immediately gets self-conscious. She removes her glasses and tells Komura she forgot them at home, even though she was holding them. After school, Komura finds Mia crouching on the sidewalk meowing at what she thinks is a cat. He almost pulls out his phone to record 4K goon material but stops himself. Then he notices she's actually meowing at a plastic bag. She complains that the cat isn't meowing back, so Komura sneaks behind her and meows to keep up the fantasy. Mia starts petting the plastic bag, and when Komura leans close, she starts petting him too. A gust of wind sends the bag flying, and she concludes that Komura came here to play with the cat together. Next day, Komura walks into class and loses his soul when he sees the school's top-tier heartthrob, Azuma, helping Mia find her book. Azuma places his hand on Mia's hand, and Komura mentally packs his bags because he thinks it's over for him now, thinking all he has got now is his right hand. But then Mia calls Azuma by Komura's name, and our boy suddenly resurrects from emotional death. Azuma gently corrects her, and Mia panics, apologizing because she's only this casual with Komura. Komura ascends spiritually and gains peak plot god's blessings. The following day, Mia forgets her glasses again, and her friends are terrified as she'll permanently wrinkle her forehead from squinting. Komura arrives and tries to greet her, and she looks up at him with giant sparkly anime eyes, making his soul leave his body. He's floating in heaven until she starts squinting again. She explains she was trying not to furrow her brows but couldn't see anything, so she gave up and went back to squint mode. She casually greets Komura afterward, not realizing he would trade his entire bloodline just to see her non-squinted eyes for one more second. The next day, Mia tells Komura she kept losing a word game battle against Asuka and wants to practice with him so she can finally beat her. Komura, already flustered like a malfunctioning toaster, starts giving her easy words. Mia immediately realizes he's babying her and gets fired up, demanding he play her properly so she can improve. Komura, the softest man alive, decides to show his dominance. After a few chaotic rounds, Mia gets stuck on the letter K and blurts out Komura-kun. She blushes because it counts as a loss, while Komura was busy thinking his hands are going to work extra hard tonight because she basically said his name like it was a confession. Later, they're on cleaning duty when Komura spots a cockroach creeping dangerously close to Mia. She doesn't notice it because, well, she forgot her glasses again. Komura tries to lure her toward him so she won't panic, but she doesn't know when to stop and accidentally plants her face into his chest, frying his brain like a cheap circuit board. Another girl notices the roach and screams, causing Mia to launch herself straight into Komura's arms, causing Komura to go into emotional coma internally. Later on a rainy morning, Komura walks into class, and Mia says she forgot her glasses again, even though they're sitting on top of her head. When he gently points it out, she panics and drops them. Komura snatches them midair and Mia asks him to put them on her. He gets flustered as he slowly raises his hands to her face, and when her hair brushes his fingers, he just believes that his purpose in life is complete. The next day, Mia picks up a letter she found on the floor and asks Komura to read it. It's addressed to Azuma. Komura also sees the heart-shaped seal and immediately freaks out because it's obviously a love letter. When Mia realizes it's for Azuma, she takes it innocently and walks straight into class to hand it to him personally, which to everyone else looked like a dramatic love confession. Seeing this, Komura's soul leaves his body. Girls immediately start gossiping, asking Mia if she likes Azuma. Mia casually says, yeah, meaning yeah, he's cool, but everyone interprets it as, yes, I love him with my whole heart. Azuma excuses himself, so Komura follows him to clear up the misunderstanding. Instead, he finds Azuma chuckling at the letter like he just won the lottery. Komura's single working brain cell cannot compute what's happening. Back in class, all the girls were cheering for Mia and Azuma, which makes Komura want to evaporate. Later, Komura suddenly realizes that Azuma is handsome, smart, athletic, basically everything Komura is not, and wonders if Mia might actually like him. The thought crushes him. Mia notices his depressed expression and asks if he's okay, snapping him out of his misery. He asks what she thinks of Azuma, and she gets confused why everyone keeps asking. She says she doesn't get it, but if people were shipping her with someone, Komura would make more sense because she's way more attached to him and she genuinely likes him. These words echo in Komura's skull like holy scriptures, and his generations would remember it. Then Azuma returns and hands Mia a reply letter, which sends Komura into another panic attack. Since she can't read without glasses, she gives it to Komura to read, pouring Himalayan salt straight into his emotional wounds. He opens it slowly, bracing for heartbreak, only to see, Komura likes you too, Mia. Azuma explains to the class that Mia accidentally delivered someone else's love letter to him, so he wrote a goofy reply to mess with them. Komura stares in shock while Mia innocently asks what the letter said. He lies and says it just says he thanked her for delivering it. On a cold day, Komura goes to a vending machine for coffee and was startled to find Mia there. She tells him she wants warm cocoa but can't see the buttons. She presses a button and accidentally gets a bitter coffee. She spits it out instantly and hands it to Komura because she doesn't drink it. Komura, the simp boss, starts blushing because her lips touch the can and it would be an indirect kiss. He treats it like a sacred relic and refuses to drink from it. A few days later, Komura was sprinting to school and sees Mia also running late without her glasses. They catch their breath at the crossing and Komura sees her hair messy, her clothes disheveled, and her skirt flipped up, exposing those drumsticks. He panics and looks away like a guilty monk. He tells her to fix her clothes, and because she can't see him clearly, she doesn't realize it's Komura. She even says she doesn't want Komura to see her like this, instantly nuking his soul. Later, Komura carries Mia to the infirmary because she hurt her leg. Meanwhile, he was also struggling for survival from being so close to her. Mia apologizes for making Komura pull her around because she's embarrassed she gained a little weight. Meanwhile, Komura thinks she literally weighs less than his emotional stress and finds her reaction adorable. At the infirmary, Komura tells her to lean on the wall while he grabs a chair. But since she's operating on blind mode, she steps onto the scale by accident. Komura sees the number and immediately blurts out, "You're not heavy at all." Mia turns redder than a stop sign and begs him to erase that memory forever. A few days later, Komura watches her stretch on her toes trying to pin a paper on the classroom board. He curses the teacher for assigning her something only NBA players can reach. He tries helping but, unfortunately, he too is a proud member of Short King Nation and can't reach either. Azuma swoops in and does it effortlessly, and Mia thanks him. Komura wishes for a growth spurt, but then Mia says she likes his height because it makes looking at his face easier. Komura immediately prays to plot God that he never grows again. Later, he finds Mia tearing up while reading. Turns out she was studying with friends, but couldn't read a single sentence, and ends up laughing so hard that she cried. Komura was relieved that her tears were good tears, but also regrets missing the moment because she probably looked like the cutest malfunctioning blind robot. Then she giggles softly, and that tiny laugh feeds Komura's whole soul for the day. day. Later, some girls point at a heart-shaped cloud. Mia tries to see it but can't see anything beyond the blur. Komura catches her sad expression, snaps a pic of the cloud, and sends it to her that night. She gushes over it, and he goes to sleep smiling like a lucky idiot. Next day, Somiya shows up with Mia's forgotten glasses and, for some reason, forces Komura to try them on. The specs instantly destroys his depth perception, and he stumbles, pinning Somiya to the wall like he's trying out for a romance drama poster photo shoot. Just like you know, the plot god had something else in mind, and Mia walks in, sees this, and shoves Komura away like he's out here collecting girlfriends. Later that week, Mia arrives wearing her glasses again. Komura feels depressed because she won't need him as much today, but also relieved because the poor guy's heart might combust if he keeps getting this close. But then he forgets his book and ends up needing her help. She scoots her desk next to his, and blushes when she realizes that this is their first time sharing space when she can actually see him, and Komura turns pink too. Later on the weekend, Komura helps her pick out an extra pair of glasses. Since she can't see herself in the sample lenses, she asks him to choose which frames suit her. She tries on pair after pair, and Komura's brain melts from how cute she looks in every single one. He tries giving real feedback, but she leans too close and his entire nervous system crashes. He ends up telling her the truth that she looks good regardless. She shyly chooses a duplicate of her usual pair. Next day, she admits that she slept with her new glasses on and smashed them. Later, Komura goes grocery shopping and sees Valentine's decorations. He wishes Mia would give him chocolates on Valentine's Day. Just right then she appears behind him like she spawned from the ceiling. She was wearing a long coat, looking so adorable that Komura almost forgets how to breathe. She forgot her glasses again but confidently claims that she knows the area. Then she asks him what he wants from her, because she heard him mumbling. Komura panics like he's on trial for romantic crime. She wonders why everything is red, and he silently thanks Plot God for giving him the cutest clueless girl in existence. Inside the supermarket, she says she's buying mayonnaise while Komura grabs ketchup, and he nearly passes out because it feels like they're a married couple doing groceries. But then she wanders into a Valentine-themed chocolate section. She asks him again what he wants, and he desperately tries to distract her by pointing at another stall. Bro is rejecting Plot God's blessings for real. He panics, grabs a box, and drags her away, only to realize he's holding her hand. She comments that his hand is warm and perfect for making chocolates. He asks if she's making chocolates, and she casually says yes because Valentine's Day is coming up. She already knew but only now realizes the whole store was decorated for Valentine's. Komura tries one last time to distract Mia from the Valentine doom, but she finally catches on and realizes that he wants chocolates from her. Komura braces for rejection like he's about to get hit with a disappointment like he is, but instead, Mia calmly says that she was planning to give chocolates to all her friends anyway and she'll make an extra one for him. Komura immediately understands she sees him as just a friend, but honestly, this man is so down bad he'll take any title she gives him, including friendly neighborhood doormat. On February 14th, Komura mentally prepares himself. He tells his heart to stay calm. They're just friends. Friends are fine. Then Mia walks over to give him chocolates and discovers her bag is completely empty. Komura tells her it's okay, but Mia sits down looking like she just failed the main quest. Komura's brain starts chanting, "Confess, confess, confess." Before he can even breathe, Mia asks him if he's free after school. After class, she tells him she can't leave him out because he's her friend too, so she wants to make it up to him. Then she drops the bomb. She'll grant him one wish. Anything he wants. Komura immediately panics because the last time someone told him anything, he froze harder than Windows XP. He tries to confess, says he wants to speak honestly, but the words get stuck somewhere between his lungs and dignity. Then she pulls a single chocolate from her pocket, one she saved for herself, and gives it to him. Komura vows with holy determination that he'll confess by next year. That night, Mia checks her weight and freaks out because it went up. She realizes that chocolates are DLC that come with hidden debuffs. A month later, it's White Day. Komura prepares to return chocolates to Mia, but when she shows up, she looks like she had Greek yogurt and sadness for breakfast. She says she ate all her Valentine chocolates and is now in her 2 steps ahead arc, meaning she's banning herself from sweets. Komura realizes that he can't give her his chocolates now or she'll self-destruct. Then Azuma walks in like the school's budget Prince Charming. He tells Mia to hold out her hand and drops a bag of sweets into her palm as a White Day return gift. Mia's soul leaves her body because resisting sweets is not in her skill tree. As she tries to sneak a candy into her mouth, Komura swoops in like a diet police officer and stops her. Mia uses the "I can't see without my glasses" excuse even though they both know she's being sneaky. Komura realizes that she's doing it on purpose. He finally pulls out his own chocolate and tells her to eat his first. Mia takes a bite and starts making adorable happy noises. Komura blushes uncontrollably, unsure if he should feel proud or terrified. Next day, Komura finds Mia staring intensely at a flyer. It's a point card for free sweets that expires tomorrow, and she needs to mail it today. But she's never been to the post office in that area and she's basically blind without her glasses. Komura offers to take her, and she happily agrees. Just then, Komura's friends invite him to try a new arcade. He really wants to go but declines because he already promised Mia. Mia overhears and immediately enters overthinking mode. In class, she keeps replaying it and eventually tells Komura that she'll go to the post office alone. Komura panics because she's not wearing glasses. She lies and says she's wearing contacts. During reading time, she jams her face into the book like usual, and Komura realizes that she lied. She gets stuck on a word and forces a cough to cover it up because she doesn't want Komura to cancel his plans for her. Later, her friends offer to walk her to the next classroom, but she refuses because she wants to prove she can totally walk alone. She immediately gets lost, internally crying, but stubbornly keeps going. When Komura finds her, she pretends she's fine, but after he comforts her, she breaks and admits she can't see anything and she lied because she didn't want him to skip the arcade for her. She also admits that she loves when he helps her a little too much, and it makes her want him all to herself. Hearing this, Komura's entire soul melts into the floor. He ends up walking her to a closer post box near her home. There, she asks why he likes arcades, and Komura says he enjoys places where no one bothers him, which is ironic because he's currently bothered by blind love. After dropping Mia off at her house, Komura heads to the arcade to meet his boys while mumbling to himself that he kind of wants Mia all to himself too.